Hey, we got a roof. I am on top of the roof up here at the beach house, cozy cabin, whatever you want to call it here. And since we live right by the beach, it's over that way. What do you suppose the color of the roof is? Driftwood. Go figure. So we got the roof on, everything's nice and dried in, the weather's staying out of the house now, and we're just tickled to death here with the beautiful roof job we got done. And this is good for 130 mile an hour winds, so I think we're safe, although up to 130 mile an hour, so I guess we're okay. So let's do a little update here besides the roof. We've been doing some other things around the house and getting ready to do some other, we got like lots of little projects going on right now. I'm going to come down here, see if I can keep from falling as I come down. And you can even hear all the grunting as I get off the roof, hopefully my way. There we go. It's that first step, you know. All right. So we got all the gable in sheeted in over here on the side, which was always interesting because it's just the two of us and one of us is usually filming. So we ran all this sheeting in here under the angle, the 412 pitch of the roof right here on both ends. And so that's all been sheeted up and sheared in, and then there was some additional blocking on the back side in the trusses and up in the gable ends here to catch all the seams that didn't line up with all the framing in there. So, and then we also of course painted the trim here because we needed to have that painted before they put the roof on, so we ran around like mad people getting all the painting on that done because they were coming the next morning and we wanted to make sure it had enough time to dry. And that is olive we chose for the color. Goes good with the driftwood shingles up there. And then we're going to wind up probably doing a cedar shingle siding. Say that 3 times fast. I'm not gonna. Now what we're doing is sheeting in the covered patio out here, or porch, whichever. If you're in the south, it's a porch, I guess. And so we're just, this helps with the shearing. And when I say shearing, we do have a lot of wind here in the winter season. We have a lot of wind and a lot of rain, and so shearing is the sheeting material stabilizes the frame, and we nail this off on a real close pattern. On the perimeter of these sheets we go about 3 inches all the way around, and then 6 inches going down the studs in the field all the way around the building, so that increases the strength and the shearing power of the frame of the building so the wind can't move it. Okay, and we do get some pretty heavy wind in here, so that's a consideration. We're also going to be applying what's called a hurricane clip. And I can grab one, I guess, if you want to hold on. But we're going to attach them to each of these trusses and nail them down onto this beam up here. And each of the clips, and I'm going to run and grab one, takes 10 nails to secure it onto the framing. Did you get a nice echo when I walked in there? So here's how it goes. It just sits like this. So let me get you up close up. So here's a hurricane clip. It's a strap or plate or whatever you want to call it. And so there's 5 nails on this side, 5 nails on this side. It tells you rafter and plate right here. So we set that right up there so that it's in the right position. Then we nail the 5 nails in up on there and the 5 nails in down there on every single truss going down. Okay, so that provides additional wind resistance so that it doesn't try to lift the roof off the frame. And we do this on the other side of the building inside at the back side of where the trusses come down as well. So all the way around the building, no going to the land of Oz. That's what we're up to. Okay, so got 3 rows of the sheeting to put on. The first 2 are on. These are 8-foot sheets of OSB going down these 2 rows. This one we're having to trim to fit because this is not a full 4 feet here. It's about 4 feet, 41 inches instead. So we trimmed off a little bit. We're going to set those on there, and then we're going to go ahead and put in a cedar, probably a tongue and groove board on top of this after we put tar paper on. And so what happens is, in our area, which is here on the Pacific Ocean, and we are in what they call a Oceanic Mediterranean zone. That's worth living here just for that. We get a lot of moisture, and we get a lot of rain in the wintertime. That's what keeps it nice and pretty and green around here. But regular vapor barriers, like you'd probably find in a lot of the rest of the country, really don't cut it here. So like a Tyvek type material is just too porous, and moisture will make it through. We don't want that. So a lot of dew here. So we put tar paper on, which is what they used to do before they invented Tyvek, and it makes a far superior barrier, so that we've got the sheeting, the 30-pound, or even you can go 15-pound felt or tar paper, and then whatever your final cover material is going to be, whether it's whatever siding or in this case we're talking about cedar shingles. Again, kind of a nautical theme here. It's very popular in our area to cedar shingle here for siding, and it weathers out real pretty, and it's really sharp looking when you get it all done. So that's what we're after. A little bit more expensive than some more conventional types of siding, but I think well worth the effort and the extra trouble to go through to get the nice finish. And it's naturally rot resistant. There's another thing, try to say 3 times fast. Cedar shingle siding, naturally rot resistant. I did it. And so that's what we're looking at, and so we get all this extra protection and longevity out of it. We don't paint it, it just naturally weathers, or you can stain it if you like to, or seal it with some kind of a sealer that will keep it from naturally weathering out to kind of a silvery gray if it just leaves it alone on its own. So that's kind of what we're doing there. What else? So here's the deal. Thought I'd give some perspective on all this. I'm making more money building my own home than you could make as an average salary in the US. And the reason is because I'm saving a tremendous amount of the cost of labor by building my own house. And I'm also creating a lot of appreciation in the house value. When the finished product's done, it's worth more than what the cost of materials is by far. And the fact that I've lived here for the last year on site without having to make any payments, I'm saving any kind of house mortgage payment or rent payment. So I'm really making a lot more than what you'd make as an average income in the US by building my own home. And of course, when I get all done, the whole thing with our site is a self-reliant life. We're living what's coming to be a very financially independent lifestyle, and so we don't have to go out and work because our cost of living is so drastically reduced, having built our own home, humble that it is, 576 square feet. Well worth figuring out how to do and following along, and there's a lot more detail to what we're doing with this and the whole financial picture of how this is working for us, not only getting us out of the 30-year mortgage, but what it's doing for our whole lifestyle and allowing us to have so much more time and freedom on our website. So I guess what I'm saying is, go check out our website. That's the 49-cent version of that is www.selfreliantliving.com, selfreliantlife.com, and we blog on there, and we got a lot more detail about the cost of doing this, what we're saving, how we're going about, and a lot more detail on our whole financial picture and why this is working out to be so beneficial for us and for you if you choose to do this. And you can learn a lot more about it than just here on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe here. You get to see a lot of the detail, but check us out at selfreliantlife.com for even more intimate details of this arrangement. I guarantee you, if you follow suit, you know, we're down to the point where we get to get up every day and choose what we want to do. And what I'm choosing to do right now is build my own home so that I can save a ton of money and not have to have a mortgage payment. You should be doing that too. So that's our update. We'll get into some more updates. We haven't been on for a couple of weeks because we've been busy and I've been fishing and, you know, all that crazy stuff you have to do when you can do whatever you want. I'll see you on the next video.